when I used to live in Paris, I had these quote-unquote best friends. I was like 5, but it was like, no, I was in grade 5, but it was from when I was like in grade 2 to grade 5 until I left for Canada, thank God. And then there was more bullies here anyway, so it didn't really matter. But anyways, my entire life at school in France, they're very much like money. My parents were wealthier than all my friends' parents were, but I didn't realize that. What did I? Because I'm not a show-off. So they would always call me poor. But little did they know, I had a 3D TV at home, and I had an iPad. I had an iPad when I was like 8 for my birthday. My dad got me an iPad so I could research stuff and learn faster, and I used it for YouTube, so it really didn't work. But so he got me an iPad, and I didn't tell anyone, because in my mind, since they were calling me poor, they already had iPads. Maybe they had too, right? And also, I'm not the type of girl to go to school and show off about things. I just was there to have fun, you feel? So they're making fun of me, and they're like, you don't even have real legs. You don't even have real legs. She's broke. She's poor. She's poor. And then one day, the week before I left for Canada, my friend was like, hey, I'm having a sleepover. You're invited. And I was never allowed to go to sleepovers. But for that one day, I was allowed, because I was leaving for Canada, might as well, right? So my very first sleepover, I bought them candy. None of them wanted to eat it that night. I finished that entire bag that night. They didn't. So that's how you know they're lame as fuck. Anyways, so they're there. We're sleeping over there. She's like the coolest girl of the group. Everybody wants to be her, right? Except for me. And she's like, I'm gonna sneak my mom's iPad and we can watch YouTube on it. And I was like, oh, why don't you just grab yours? She's like, I don't have one. And I was like, well, you should have told me. I would have brought my iPad. Like, and she's like, you have an iPad? And that's the night they realized I was way cooler than them. But it was too late, because I was already leaving for Canada, and that's my biggest regret. Because this entire time I could have been like, I'm not broke. I have an iPad. What do you have? Nothing. You know how much they made fun of me? They made fun of me so much. They really called me poor. And I was the richest bitch in the group. It's okay. Stay humble, queens.